Alright everyone, we're back with another Irish whiskey review today. So, I've been loving Irish whiskey so far. Put out a couple reviews for you already, so Tullamore Dew, Teeling, I'm loving it. This has been one of the most recommended Irish whiskeys for me to get, and I just had to pull the trigger. I saw this in the store long before I ever got into wanting to try Irish. I was just bourbon, and I was like, oh, that's interesting, 12 years. Cask strength, of course, which I love. And so many people recommend this. They said, the Redbreast 12 is great on its own, they say. And I was like, what about the cask strength? And they said, definitely get the cask strength if you can. So Redbreast 12. This is actually a product made by Middleton. And Middleton actually makes a whole bunch of different types of Irish whiskeys. I really won't get into it too much, guys. But this product here is cask strength. So looking at it on the box here, it's 56.2% ABV. So, as far as cask strength goes, I mean, it's definitely high proof, don't get me wrong, but in the bourbon world, we can see things over 60%, even pushing 70% sometimes. So it's not terribly, terribly high, at least compared to other bourbons. You guys can let me know down in the comments how this compares for Irish whiskey-wise, if it's, similar cask strengths across the board for them, but so many recommendations on this. I had to pick up a bottle, and I'm super excited to get into it. I'm loving Irish so far. Let's get into the bottle, guys. So I will say, Teeling I enjoyed much more than I did the Tullamore Dew. Tullamore Dew actually was not bad for the price, I will say. But I just, man, that Teeling is good stuff. Ooh, that had a nice pop there. I like that. Oh, look at the color on that. So the Teeling was extremely light, and just looking at this right off the bat here, it is nice and dark. I mean, we're talking medium caramel, very, very oily on the glass, guys. So this is non-chill filtered. That's another great thing about this product here, which explains a lot of that oiliness. With Redbreast, they usually do age their products in X. I believe it's sherry casks. Let me know in the comments if it's something different, but I believe it is sherry casks. But a gorgeous looking color there, guys. All right, let's get into the nose here, guys. Oh, wow. Wow, that's nice. This, I'll say, on the nose, this whiskey was not overhyped, because this is living up to the price tag at the moment. And all I've done is take one smell of it. Just rich, rich fruit. I mean, the fruity sweetness on it is just completely amplified. Actually pick up a little bit of barrel note in this too. What I could describe as like a little bit of a older wood note. Oh yeah, it's got that rich, buttery, the same kind of buttery nose I described with the Teeling. It's got that, but this has a lot more rich fruit notes coming through as well. Juicy apple, juicy pear, apricot definitely coming through, I'd say, on this. So if you guys have watched my reviews before, you know I try not to read up on this too much. That's why I don't give too much background on the bottle. I don't want to give away tasting notes. But hopefully I'm on point with this. It's definitely fruit forward. It's got a great nose, guys. Great nose. Not much grain on it. Let's give it a sip here. Cheers. Wow. I thought I really liked the Teeling single grain. This just completely blows it out of the water. I'll say that right now. On sip number one, all that richness you're getting on the nose comes through on the palate, and the finish is just going. It's just going and going still. I mean, I still have that nice tingling on the tongue. This is everything you would want in a whiskey, regardless of what you're into, I'll say, because I'm a bourbon background, branching into Scotch a little bit, recently trying more Irish now, This is just delicious. Same fruitiness that was through on the nose comes through on the palate as well. So again, the apricot. This actually has more of a vanilla now. Now that I've gone back and tasted this, it's more of a vanilla sweetness like you'd find in bourbon. Oh. And that sip right there was just all buttery goodness. It's like you took a stick of butter and just lathered it around your mouth. That may sound disgusting, but that's what that sip was like. It just, that oiliness just sticks in your mouth. Coats your palate so well. Yeah. Wow. So good. So good, guys. I think this is a very complex whiskey. There's a lot of layers to this. I would have liked to, I guess, pop this bottle up before the review just now and maybe try to dive deeper into it. But it's definitely the fruit notes first. I mean, the first sip was all fruity sweetness, juicy fruits. I mean, pear, apple, that apricot note, definitely. Second sip, I got more of that vanilla. The vanilla. And then this third sip I just took had more of an oak presence, actually. So that dusty wood note and then the butteriness. I mean, the butteriness was consistent all throughout, and the oiliness and the finish. It's just wonderful. I can't say enough good things about this whiskey, guys. Honestly, this could be pushing one of my favorite whiskeys I've ever had. There's a couple bourbons that I won't say go, it's not to that level, but that I've had. But I mean, this is extremely good. I am gonna savor every drop of this bottle. I got this bottle for about $80, I think it was, so it's definitely pricey. But I mean, this bottle is wonderful. It's awesome. I mean, a bottle of Booker's now is around that $80 mark as well. So if you're a bourbon guy and you like Booker's, or an Irish guy, I mean, this is your equivalent, I guess, if you will. And this is just really good. Anyone who wants to branch into Irish, if you're already used to high proof, this is a fantastic option for you. It's already got the rich flavors that would come with an Irish, with a high proof bourbon, and all the Irish flavors just are amplified. I really like that they do use those former sherry casks, because that adds a different element and level of sweetness. Those juicy fruits, I really like that flavor profile. You don't find that juiciness in a lot of bourbons unless it's a finished bourbon. And it's definitely, predominant in this, and I quite enjoy that. The only sweetness I can compare this to, whiskey-wise at least, is the APPAREL Abuna I had. I had a sample of that, and that's also cask strength. I think that's in the 60th percentage. I'm not sure exactly, but that had the same sweetness. I mean, those fruit notes that were just completely amplified, just hit you right in the palate, and I loved that one too. So obviously that's a different flavor profile, but I believe that one is also a sherry finished, or some kind of wine finished barrel. So either way, guys, I think this is awesome, as you've seen. So if you can find this locally, guys, and you want to branch into Irish, you're a fan of the high proof stuff, definitely pick this up. I mean, if the normal 12 years anything like this, I can imagine it's incredible too. So thanks so much for watching the review today, guys. If you liked what you saw, please consider supporting the channel. Got a lot of new stuff and plans coming up. Couple housekeeping things here. I did just launch a Patreon page, so www.patreon.com/bourbinsane if you'd be interested in supporting the channel. A lot of exclusive content and perks to being a patron, so go check that out. Thank you so much for watching. Stay insane.